Welcome to the first in a series of very short daily tips. I'm going to try and keep these under 5 minutes. I'm going to try and do them each day at 2 o'clock, 2:02. And I really thank you guys for joining us. It's kind of weird doing an HOA without anyone else on. Alex, by the way, idea wasn't mine. David Amerlin gave me this idea when I told him I don't blog. He wanted me to blog about how to do HOAs, and I don't do that. So this is my solution. Basically, I'm going to start breaking down how I do what I do and why the various parts are important. You may have noticed that I don't have a custom designed banner up yet because that's where I start. Every time I do an HOA, I start out with that custom banner. And so I thought, if I'm going to show people how I do it, let's start at the beginning. And that's where I kind of get my inspiration for everything else that comes after. I design that and move forward. So let's take a look at how I do that. Here, I do it in Drive, actually, in the design tool. So the way you do that is you create a drawing right there. And then I go out onto the internet and I find a 1200 by 300 image, post it in there, and then you can change the size of your image to match that here. So I'm kind of starting to work on that image. What I want to talk about today as far as the image, and I'll keep working a little bit over time, but today is just the design of the image. Because this image is 1200 by 300, and because most people that are going to be watching your HOA are going to read from left to right across the screen, it's really important to design this kind of using the rules of thirds. But here's how I break down that rule of thirds. This first third is the most important piece of real estate. That's where I'm going to do all of my major changing. The second piece is the center area. I'm going to do some changing there. And the far right-hand corner is the things that are going to stay the same week after week, day after day. If you're going to have a guest, you definitely want them in this portion right there, their profile picture. I like to put it as big as possible because, quite honestly, an HOA is not about you. An HOA is about your guests, and you're going to get the greatest benefit and traction from your HOA by giving them as much insight as possible. So this is a work in progress. I'm not really going to go into a lot of design things. Mostly it's the thinking behind why I do what I do. So I would put guest here. I would put the title of the show, plus if there's a subtitle, like on my Network Roundtable series, that's where I put in the name of the word that week that we're talking about. And then on Network Roundtable, the Network Roundtable pump logo is right here. And Stephanie and I have our pictures here. One thing to keep in mind with this is there are a number of different places where this image can end up having a little circle added in, which is going to be it's going to be about that big and in about that location. That is going to be where either your profile picture, if you're doing the HOA yourself, or your brand logo is going to show up. So don't put anything in that area right there. You just want to make sure that anything that you design, you leave in the other areas. So this is a work in progress. This is going to become the banner for this daily HOA series. And really appreciate you guys joining me. If any of you have questions, I'm just going to take a look and see if any questions have shown up. Yes, Alex, David is always up with lots of great ideas. David Pipe, Henry Pipe, thank you for joining us. Roxanne, Kristen Drysdale. Love having you guys in the audience. If you have questions, things that you want to know about, let me know. I'm happy to answer any of your questions. Basically, the idea here is I just want to put out there daily the thoughts of why I do things the way I do them and why those things increase engagement. Something as simple as putting your guest's picture on the left-hand side and really big is going to increase the chance that your guest is going to share the HOA. Again, increasing engagement. Tomorrow, I will have finished designing this, and we will talk about naming your graphics and why that's important. So we'll see you tomorrow at 2:02. Thank you so much for joining us today. See y'all later. Bye.